and welcome to Mondays with Maria Gould. Today is Monday, February the 9th, 2026. We are on episode 48, and I'd like to show you and talk about practicing presence. Practicing presence. What is presence? Well, first of all, this is a form of mindfulness. How often in our world do we have excess stress just because we have so much on our plate? We might be looking at social media, we might be trying to work, trying to make dinner, trying to help children with homework, doing laundry. We are pulled in so many directions that it's very easy to feel stressed and overloaded. So practicing presence can help us still accomplish these tasks, but in a more aware and calm state of mind. So how do we do this? Well, when you're doing all that you do, have you ever noticed that your thoughts are nowhere near what your task is? So say you're doing dishes and your thoughts wander. You think about the past, you think about the future, you think about bills coming up, worries about the kids, but you are not in that moment. You are not present. So mindfulness is literally just allowing yourself, mind, body, spirit, emotions, to be in the task that you're doing. Okay, our mind needs to be trained to be present and to be calm. So when you are doing dishes, feel the warmth of the water. Feel how your body is standing. Smell the soap. Listen to the sound of the water running, the clink of the dishes. Notice the thoughts and the feelings that are coming up as you're practicing presence. Sometimes the mind doesn't like to be kind of pulled into the present moment. It loves to just be like wild horses and running free. But this is also where our anxiety is, if we let your mind go untethered. So when we're practicing mindfulness, it is not about being perfect and thinking that, okay, I'll just pull my mind into the present moment. It takes some time to observe the mind and notice how often the mind wants to take off onto the next task or what you're going to do after the dishes or what yesterday was like. Wherever your mind wants to go, just notice. Be curious, interesting. Rather than follow it, just very lovingly bring your awareness back to something in the present moment. Maybe it's your breath. Maybe it's the warmth of your hands in the water. And pause. Pause for just a moment and fully feel yourself in that moment. This is where life is. Life is in the present now. That's where your breath of life is. Your breath of life that is in the now, it happened in the past? Yes, that breath already happened. The one coming up hasn't happened yet. The real power of our oneness and coming into full alignment with our mind, body, and spirit is in the present moment. So no matter what you're doing, if you're in your car driving, wonderful. This is when most of us really let the mind wander. Okay? We've become good drivers and we put everything on automatic pilot. Maybe we have music going or an audiobook and we just zone out. And sometimes we need to do that. That's okay. But I encourage you just for a couple of minutes, be present. How are you sitting in the seat when you're driving? Is it comfortable or just a habit how you sit? How is your posture? What's your breath doing? A lot of times, if we were on a long road trip, you might notice different areas of tension in your body. But if you practice presence and start training the body, oh, my shoulder is tight, my left shoulder is tight. Let's relax that. It doesn't need to be tight. And just that awareness allows the body to shift. You weren't aware of that because when we're on automatic pilot with our mind and your mind is wandering, the body is responding to your thoughts. So if you have anxiety about the future or something coming up, you're going to feel the tension in your body kind of ratchet up. But if we're present, and rather than putting energy into creating that fearful future, which will probably not happen, allow yourself to come back to the present. What's your breath doing? How does your breath feel moving in and out of your body? Feel the coolness of the breath as it comes in. Feel how the temperature is warmer when you exhale. What does it feel like as your breath travels down the nasal passages into the throat? How does it feel for the lungs to expand and move? Where does your breath go? Does it go all the way down into your belly? Does it stay shallow in your chest? Again, no right or wrong, just observe. Be curious. Why? As soon as you're curious about your breath, a lot of times you will breathe deeper. You'll start to find your more natural breath of breathing into your belly, letting your shoulders relax. Right? When you're driving, is your jaw tight? Are your shoulders tight? Are you clenching the steering wheel? Do you need to? When I had lower back issues, I would notice that my buttocks and my lower back were rigid when I drove. And then I started with that mindfulness to just be aware of that and go, oh wow, do they need to be? No. And then I just very gently, very consciously invited those areas to relax. And it took some time because my body had such a habit of holding that pain and tension in my body. I had to retrain my body that the pain was leaving. And it was safe for it to relax again. So mindfulness just throughout the day. When I set a timer on my phone, and you can do this for every couple hours or even every 30 minutes, and it's just a little beep that reminds you, oh yeah, where are my thoughts? Where's my body? What am I doing? And to bring your awareness, the most precious gift you have is where you put your attention. And bring that beautiful attention into the now, into this moment where life happens. Feel your body. What's your body doing? Feel free to, if you're taking those moments on your phone and setting a timer, take a moment to close your eyes and just fully pull yourself into the moment. Even for 30 seconds. It's like a pause button that allows the wandering mind to pause, slow down, come into the moment. It allows the body to really start to come into the moment and relax. Sometimes when you first start practicing mindfulness, you'll notice how much hidden tension you hold in your body all the time. And as you practice and you realize, oh, wow, I don't need to have this much tension in my body. No wonder I have these aches and pains here and there. This is just my body's holding pattern. Because again, the body is following the energy of the thoughts. So if your thoughts are always rushing into the future, at the next task, at what you're doing next, worries about the future, the body is in fear, right? The unknown. But if we practice presence, it's easier to move forward in that calm state of mind where you can react in a healthier, calmer state of mind, no matter what happens. If your mind tends to wander to the past and why did that happen? What did they mean about that? If somebody said something that upset you and you're stuck trying to figure that out, being in the past will create tension too, because our mind perceives everything from a lens of, what did I do wrong? But what if you did nothing wrong and you can let go of that belief and that perception about yourself? People react the way people react unless you consciously choose to hurt somebody or you're malicious. It was probably 99% of the time never your intention to say or do anything to hurt anyone or cause them to react in a certain way. So again, our childhood programming can come up with the past and become contracted and small when we are over-analyzing how somebody reacted to us, or that little facial expression they made, or the comment they made. And that inner child can go into the smallness, again, thinking we did something wrong. When the majority of times, people are just in their own mental world, reacting to their own mental stories, and their perception is only maybe 10% on you. So that other 90% of their perception is their world and their stories from the past that they're telling themselves. People's reactions have very little to do with you. So just assure that little child inside of you that their reaction, that what they said, it's not because of you, it's not about you. And just reassure and comfort that little child. But let's come back to presence. When we feel that contraction in ourself, be gentle with yourself, be curious. There's a part of you coming up to be healed. Give yourself that moment to feel the love of the Creator come in to heal that part of you, to comfort that little person inside of you that used to believe every action or word out of mom and dad's mouth was because of them. It wasn't. It wasn't at all. They're reacting to that 90% of their internal world. So forgive that little child inside of you for thinking that something was your fault that was never your fault. And release that inner child from needing to believe that about anyone. When we practice presence, it allows space for these reactions to come up and be healed. Just by looking at them, just by holding them with love and curiosity, the energy of creation will start to shift them. So let's wrap up today with a little bit of a presence practice. So again, if you're driving or doing too much activity, just maybe listen to this part of the podcast later on when you can be seated or lying down, relaxing. So feel free to close your eyes and just be. There's nothing to do. And just turn your attention and awareness to your breath. And again, not needing to change anything. Just observe. Just be curious about the breath. What does it feel like coming into your body? What feelings or sensations happen as you exhale? Where is the breath going in your body? Just gently scan your body. What does your face feel like? Is there any hidden tension in your forehead or scalp? If your thoughts are busy, that's okay. Just notice their busyness. Notice as if you're watching them like clouds in the sky. No matter how fast and furious the clouds move, how stormy the clouds are, how still the clouds are. You know that you're not the clouds. So realize that the thoughts that you're having, the emotions that arise from those thoughts, are truly just like clouds. They aren't you. But because our creative mind is so powerful, it believes that what we think and what we feel must be true. And part of our awakening is understanding that what we think and feel, majority of the times, has nothing to do with who we are. They're just programs, they're just clouds moving in the night sky. So see if you can be mindful of now your jaw, your tongue. Put your awareness in your neck and throat. Again, just observing. If you feel or become aware of areas of tension, just invite it to let go. Invite it to relax. Again, come back to the breath. Feel the breath, the cool air coming in. Where it goes, what parts of your body move. And feel the warmth of the air. Feel what moves as you exhale. There's a gentle rise and fall of the body in motion as you breathe. It's quite rhythmic if you allow it. Move your awareness to your breath in your belly. Is there any movement in your abdomen as you breathe? Is there tension in your stomach? Be curious about that. Does it need to be there? What would happen if it relaxed and let go? Sometimes as we release tensions in our body that we've been holding a long time, the emotion or the belief behind the tension arises in your consciousness. Maybe there was fear about something. Maybe there was nervousness in a social setting. And you just forgot that situation is over. And your body can let go and relax. Notice how your weight of your body feels, whether you're sitting or lying down. See if you can feel gravity. What does that feel like to very gently surrender to gravity, to rest on the earth? See if you can be aware of your lower body, your legs, ankles, and feet. Can you be aware of the space between your toes? Even if you have shoes on, I hope that your feet have a little bit of space in the toes. Come back to your breath. Does your body crave just a deeper sigh, a deeper breath? What do you notice in your thoughts and emotions? Is there a floating feeling? A spaciousness where you aren't sure where your body is, but you and your body are right here. So as you slowly start to move your body, just be aware and present with your beautiful body in motion. You can practice mindfulness as you get up from your seated or lying down position. When you go for a walk or have a shower, just really feeling the sensations of those experiences. Practicing mindfulness can be blissful when we fully feel and are present with the experience. So I hope you found today's podcast helpful, practicing presence. If you know of a friend or family member that would enjoy this, please share it. Please send it to them. Ask them to join my email list to get podcasts and newsletters like this regularly. Thank you for joining me this week, and may you create a beautiful and blessed day.